Right, okay, well, I guess we found out how long you can go live on YouTube, didn't we? Oh, dear. So sorry about that. Well, we've all found out how long it is. But I'm back, yes. I'm really sorry about that. I'm learning with you all. I'm learning with you all. Okay, I'm going to wait a little while. I don't know whether anybody's going to come in from the other live that went down, and I couldn't get back onto it. I tried to get back onto it, but I couldn't. So hi Hilary. Yeah, I don't blame you. I feel the same way. I had to go and clear my head a little bit. Thanks, Mandy. I don't feel like I am really. I mean, how can you? It's hard, isn't it? It's such a difficult thing to deal with, and it's hard to know how to do it really. But I hope I'm doing Shanann and the babies justice. I hope so. So I'm going to wait because there were quite a few in the last one, and whether or not they're going to pop in, I don't know. So I don't want to carry on really until I know that people are coming back in. It is nice to hear it with friends, Mandy. That's it. Tango's fine. He's fine. He's having something to eat now. Thank you so much, Jules. Thank you. Thanks, Jules. It's just so hard, isn't it? Just so hard. Is there an echo on here? Is there? I'm not sure. Do you know what? It's just suddenly started absolutely pouring with rain, like bucketing down, throwing it down, which is quite appropriate really, isn't it? Literally suddenly just started, the heavens opened literally, and it's just pouring with rain. So yeah. Right, okay, I do feel quite sick actually. Hi Marion, hello again. Hi Rosa. Knick knack, it's hailing. Oh, it's hailing. It's not actually just, it's hailing suddenly. Wow. Tears from heaven, yes, Mandy, absolutely. It's just quite strange, isn't it, that it's suddenly just started throwing it down like that, and it looks like it's hailing. Hey again, Sandy. Hey, sweet. Are you all okay? And how are you all doing? It's sickening, isn't it? Hi, Hilary. Yeah, hi, Kendra. Thank you for coming back in. It's raining. It was raining there too. Yeah. Hi, Solange. Yeah, a bit sick. I feel really, really sick, which I think is probably a normal emotion for normal people, to be honest. But yeah, no, I do feel quite sick. I couldn't eat anything now. Feeling upset. Yeah, Marion, me too. Pebs, are you all right? Terry, you okay? Tracy, hi Tracy. I'm so glad that I could do this with you lot. I really did not want to do it on my own. Hi David. Yeah, is it raining there as well, is it? In Leamington? Oh dear. Right, okay, here we go. I'm going to carry on, okay? Hi Lizzie. Oh, you're new here. Lovely to meet you. Thank you. You like my accent. Thank you. But nice to see you in here under very, very, very difficult circumstances. I'm sorry about the circumstances, but thank you for joining us and sharing it with us. He wants to say sorry to NK. Exactly. I thought the same thing, Hillary. I found that quite hard to listen to, that he wanted to say sorry to NK. Really mad. Yeah, absolutely, Kendra. Exactly. Right, okay. Shall I, do you want me to carry on, or do you want to wait for a bit, or do you want to have a chat? It's up to you guys. This is, you know, it's all of us. It's not just me. This channel's for all of us, isn't it? So I want to make sure you're all happy and, well, not happy, but comfortable. That was the wrong word to use. Comfortable with going on with it. Let's do it. All right, Kendra. I don't know if that was David was the black cabbie, wasn't he? I'm not sure. He'll probably say hello if he comes up. Right, okay. I don't know if I'm on the right one now. We'll soon find out. Like I said, we're in it together. We'll see how it goes. But here we go. Let's carry on. Let me just turn this up a bit.
I didn't know it was 10 months along there. Progress toward the divorce a little bit more than it was. And then so what were you guys planning? So it was more of like she's gonna help me find an apartment that was affordable. That's kind of just around like Brighton, or maybe just close to work, like for Lupton or something around there. That's kind of like where my area was.
Did you talk about moving in with her?
She didn't want that.
She didn't want that? Would you have done that if she would have been cool with that?
I've been a little too soon. I would have thought it was just, we only been really seeing each other like almost like a month, or maybe just talking about 2 months. That would have been really. She called her house, like her apartment, like her, I don't know, like her, kind of like a shield, or kind of like her. She had another word for it, but
like her safe place.
Yeah, like a safe place or something like that. And she like, people like to invade it, but that's why she always let me come over, because she said she felt like it was fine, like her dog liked me and everything. Like she could say, hey, just should be belong here type thing. Okay.
So you and Shannon, did you talk about selling the house? At what point did you? There was some discussion there with Ann Meadows.
Yeah, she had sent an email to Ann about like how we would go about like selling the house.
Yeah.
And I think Ann told her about Ann was always about getting pre-approved. Just like like if you're going to sell your house, get pre-approved for like another house, so it's like much faster.
Yeah, so you just quickly transition from one to the other. Okay. When did that happen? Remember?
I think it was either right before we left. No, that had to have been like first week of August, somewhere around there. I think she may have contacted her.
Okay. So the plan was maybe to buy a house. I think you told me in Brighton, you think about buying a house in Brighton.
Yeah, just like she liked that Adams 12 school system or something. Yeah. So
okay.
I think that's what Brighton is. Adams. So.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about when you called the school that day on Monday?
I was freaking out. I didn't know, like I was thinking in my head, like it was stupid to do anything. Just, to call the school, to call Ann, to call anybody. They were right to be, suspicious about anything. Like, 'cause I knew I probably sounded eccentric on the phone and out of sorts, and just, I don't even know what they were thinking. They heard me.
I think they thought I was weird, but I don't know how you would not sound weird, like you said. So
Are you 100% sure the girls were still around and alive when you were out? Okay. So that's completely accurate. There's nothing else about that. They got in the truck. Okay.
where did the blanket go?
It's either
In the trash?
It wasn't it was still in my truck.
Okay. We thought we saw some GPS where you had stopped by near a construction roll-off dumpster. Is that true, or?
I think that's I dumped my clothes in there.
So was that when they on the way back to the house?
Yeah. My neighborhood.
Yeah. When Officer Kunab was there? Okay. Was it one of those red construction dumpsters?
More than likely.
Okay.
Did you pack new clothes? How did that work?
I already have some in there, just like in case you have like a spill or something.
Oh.
If you ever get crude oil on you, you don't. Yeah, I have like 2 pairs of boots, all kinds of different stuff in there, just because like I just one time I had to pick up a spill and I had defrost on, and I had like a headache for like 2 weeks because like the crude oil that comes with that. So I always have something in there.
So where did you keep them after you took them off? Like, did you just change out there into your new other clothes?
So like I dumped my clothes in that dumpster.
But wasn't that on the way back? When you were coming, like you'd already worked the whole day, right?
I worked like till like 11 or so.
11.
Yeah. So that was back when Nicole Atkinson.
Yeah, when she was at
Yeah, when she
my
called.
house, hitting the doorbell is when I knew someone was at the house.
Right.
Did you think right then, like, oh fuck, like here we go, or what were you thinking then?
I didn't even know why she was there. I was like, I didn't know, like maybe she had an appointment or something with Shanann. I didn't know.
What did you think, like that day, like what you were gonna say? Like, what was your plan? Were you just gonna go home and be like, report to the police that your family's gone, or?
I had no idea what was gonna happen. Like after everything, I mean, I don't even know how I was even acting even normal to people that I was around. Because when like Troy and Cody and Chad, Melissa and all that, like when they showed up on the site, I don't even know how I was even being somebody coherent what I was saying, but apparently they understood me. So I didn't know what was going to happen. Like I said, this wasn't like something like some Criminal Minds type.
Like well thought out.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing like that. At that point. I had no idea what was going to happen.
So once the girls were gone, was it also just a minute-by-minute thing as far as the oil tanks?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I mean, just thinking about an oil tank just makes me want to throw up.
And was that just because it was in front of you and there it was and just presented itself? Or wasn't that a plan beforehand? Okay. Was there any reason why the separate ones?
No, it's like you said, it was like going up the stairs and it didn't. No, like what Frank said is like I was trying to separate everybody. That's not.
No.
I didn't want to separate anybody.
What was the reason?
I can't even tell you. It's like I said, like something else was in control of what I was doing, and it was like I was doing something I never thought I would ever do in my life.
Did you think there would be less chance of someone finding them if they were in separate tanks, or?
Sounds like
Whatever my reasoning was in my head that day, it wasn't sound. Nothing was right.
And you don't even remember thinking about it?
No, it was just like it was like a reaction of something that I wasn't even thinking about.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the trash bags? Do you remember that? There were two.
Okay, yes. Trying to, because like she kept, I didn't want people, like when I was putting, there's one coherent, I guess, thing I had, like I didn't want the girls looking at Shanann while they were in the back seat.
So what'd you do?
I put a trash bag on one end and on her feet and on her head, so they didn't have to see.
And they were just too little to kind of figure out, right?
Yeah, they didn't.
Okay. That's good.
I just know, like, when I was driving up there, I mean, they were just, sitting there just, kind of asleep or kind of just, like, holding on to each other, laying in each other's laps. I didn't.
Do you remember having any thoughts or thinking about why not just putting them all together with Shanann?
Honestly, it was just happening so fast. I had no time to really have a thought that was my own.
Okay.
But I wasn't like dutifully trying to separate anybody, passing away, trying to keep anybody separate. And everything, Frank, Sandy, and Frankie said, like I don't hold it against them. I mean, they can hate me for, they have a right to hate me for the rest of their lives.
They don't hate you.
In fact, so while we're on the subject, I speak with them weekly, and I told them that we were going to come here, and then hopefully they would speak with us. And they told me to tell you, understandably, they're devastated. But they actually said that they love you. They still love you. And Sandy explained it. He's our son-in-law for 8 years. I can't just turn that off. So they don't hate you. They don't.
That's amazing to hear that.
Yeah. Well, and I can tell you, Sandy was the one that was most resistant to penalties in this case. And she said that. She told me that from the very beginning. That she didn't want that. It's God's decision. It's not her decision. And then she told me that even then. So it's not just a one-time thing that she has said it to me. It's been over the whole course of the event. So that's probably one of the most honest things someone's ever told me. So it's pretty amazing. Faith is. She would obviously believe, or so am I. I get it, so I understand it.
That's amazing to even hear that.
Yeah. Good people.
I would have figured they would have hated me for.
They don't. I mean, yeah, anybody would think that. I certainly would have, but I have to admit I was surprised. Really taken back by that, but they certainly don't.
What did they say when they knew you were coming out here?
They said they want to know details because they need closure, and that's really all they want. And they want to keep it private. And I said, absolutely. We'll talk to them about what you told us, and just so they can put it past them, because they're having a hard time dealing with it and trying to get past it all. And I think that may help. Just to know.
Closures, I mean, my parents still think, I told them I pled guilty for a reason.
Right.
Right.
And, I told it to them when they had that video phone thing in Colorado the day before, I pled guilty. I plead guilty for a reason. I didn't just, I knew other people were watching. So I didn't just go in and, just say anything. They seemed to take it, okay.
What made you do that, Chris? What made you plead guilty?
I didn't want anybody else to. I didn't want them to go through this for 2 or 4 years. I didn't want my attorneys to lie for me for 2 or 4 years. They would have done anything I told them to do.
Sure.
That's what I don't see how they can do that. That's what attorneys do. They take their defendant and they say, what happened? Okay, we'll go with that story. I told them everything I just told you guys. And it's just they got together, if they ever offered a plea deal, would you ever want to, just plead guilty to? I'm yeah, if we can end this, end it. I was, in September, I told them that.
Really?
Yeah, but, it was way too early, and prosecution was still doing their investigating, still grabbing the evidence and all kinds of stuff, and that wasn't even really on the table. So I think it was around Halloween. I think that's when the prosecution went to Frank and Sandy and Frankie's house. And it's talking if we can end this, would you be open to that? And that's when the whole death penalty and everything, all that conversation happened. And I guess they were surprised that it would just be over.
Yeah.
And
We were all in shock. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it was
It's we were going 100 miles an hour, and then we just hit a brick wall. That's what it felt like to all of us. So, obviously you had more time to contemplate it than us.
I told John and Kate and Sophia and everybody, Amy, if we can just stop this, and I know it's, everybody's telling me to fight this, there's no, everybody's saying there's not enough evidence to such and this and that, and I'm just no, this needs to end. I don't want people to have to, because for Frank and everybody to have to fly back to Colorado every single time and get reminded of this, like, I'm not sure it's never going to go away, but to actually have to come and talk about it, have other people talk about it, have, you know, all three of you get on the witness stand and say, you know, what they saw, what they've seen, what they heard on tapes and everything like that. It's just like, I don't want people to relive that over and over and over again for years. Like, if I could just end this for everybody, and then, like, if there's any closure at all, they could start then instead of like in 2022. But, and everything just like, so I know it'd only get worse for everybody.
So did it have anything to do with you not having the death penalty?
No, like, I mean, honestly, like, when I was sitting in that cell, I felt like I should have died. I mean, I was listening to everybody telling me, like, hey, if you do this and this, you can hang yourself in that cell. You could do this and that.
They were, like, telling you stuff you could do.
You could drown yourself in the toilet if you wanted to fill your toilet bowl up or something like that. It was, they've been there a bunch of times. And, like, you know, at one point I was listening to them. Mm-hmm. You know, I was just like, you know, I just felt like maybe there's a different purpose for me somewhere. You know, maybe it's here. I don't know. Like, I prayed to God every day that He would move me away from Colorado, like, move me away from, like, the DOC there, because I just knew, like, they were saying there was a hit on me. They said if I was going to a DOC in Colorado, like, I'd last a week and I'd be dead. Because of, like, the gangs and all that kind of stuff. So, like, I just felt like God moved me here for a reason. Now, you know, hopefully I can help people that way. But, like, I didn't want my family, I didn't want Shan's family, all of our friends, like, you know, having to go through that, because after a while, I knew it was like, this stuff was everywhere. And I knew, like, all her Thrive friends, everybody, that was just like, it would just broke, just that hole in their heart just a little bit bigger every time. I didn't want that. So I knew it had gotten worse. I didn't want it to get any worse than it already was.
Did you ever think about, well, you know, it could be very believable, what I told him, it could be very believable that Shanann did, you know, end the girls. And so maybe if I tried to convince people that, maybe if I fought with my attorneys on that, maybe I could lessen it somehow. Did you ever think about that?
Honestly, I never even thought about the story until you guys mentioned it.
Yeah. No. Okay.
I wondered.
I never even thought about it until you guys mentioned it.
And what did you think about it once it got mentioned?
It's just like, I just went with it. I didn't, like, you know, I knew my dad was out there. I knew it was like, you know, I knew they would probably believe it because, you know, my mom and my sister just never really liked Shanann. I knew, like, you know, I mean, through all this, like, I got letters from some of my friends that even said, you know, when we went over to your house, we could see, you know, Shanann was more of a dominant personality and more of like, you know, you're always helping with the kids and everything. You just, you know, you're a great dad and everything. We could see, you know, couple things that I never saw or, you know, whatnot. And even my best friend Mark even said, you know, there's always, you know, something, you know, I didn't really get with Shanann. I was just like, nobody ever told me any of this stuff, but okay. But yeah, it was, I never thought about that story. And, you know, that's what my attorneys were going with.
Yeah.
And then, like, I think it was probably the second week I told them, like, what really happened.
What did they say after that?
They were quiet. They were writing it down. They said they wouldn't judge me, so I told them. I told them everything that happened. And they, you know, appreciated, like, I guess, you know, most of the time, you know, their defendant or their, you know, defense don't, like, tell them actually what happened.
No. Yeah.
They just, you know, tell them, all right, get me out of here. This is what happened. I told them what happened. I didn't want them going, if this was going to go, like, anywhere in the courts, I didn't want them to be under a false pretense and, like, get surprised. So I know, like, there was probably things that you guys probably knew that maybe if I lied to them and just tell them, no, this is what happened, that it would have, like, made them look, you know, foolish and stupid and just, like, you know, unprepared. And I'm just like, this is what happened. And they, you know, they appreciated me telling them that. So now they would be prepared. And that's when they were saying, like, you know, if if it was ever, if we ever went to them, to prosecution, and say if we could end this, would I be open to it? I'm like, if it could end, send it.
I know there was like, wasn't her phone found on the couch or between the couch cushions? Like, did you plant all that stuff?
Just threw it in there.
You just threw it in there? Why did you do that?
I don't know what was going on that morning. Like, even like, her watch, her phone, like, that was actually like, if I'd planned this, I would probably just take it out to the field or something,
What about her ring and stuff? What were you thinking about that?
It's like, maybe she actually really wanted a divorce. Maybe she didn't want to fix it. Just put it there on the counter.
She took it off? Or did you take it off?
I took it off.
Okay. Oh, so that would look like she was saying, I want a divorce, I'm leaving it here when I'm taken off. I see.
So the phone and her watch in the couch, was that morning before you left to go to service? Okay.
That's, I think, Nicole's son found it or something.
Yeah.
What other things did you do that maybe we even missed?
So I found it in the wash. I think I threw the therapy book she wanted me to read in the trash.
That was that morning?
I think so.
Were you trying to make it look like she threw it in the trash?
I don't know. I just didn't think nothing was ever going to work again. So I didn't know what was going on.
Did you go down to the basement? I thought the basement door opened.
Yeah, the door is open, but yeah. So there was a lot of movement, I think it was around 4:26 or something. The garage door opening, the basement door opening, and then of course the living room sensors and all. Do you remember what you were doing all during that time?
You had a lot of steps. I'll just say that.
Okay. So like the basement, I'm not sure. I mean, the only thing I really have down there is my workout. The bench press.
Do you remember going down there for anything or opening that door for anything? Did you think about, well, maybe I'll take her out that way, or is it a walkout basement?
No.
I wasn't at your house. Okay.
It's like a garden level basement. So.
Okay.
But I don't remember really. I don't think it worked out that morning.
Like, were you packing your lunch in the kitchen? Like, did you have to do all that normal stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I packed lunch and everything. Did all that. I don't remember about the basement. Unless I just worked out that morning, I just don't remember. I don't think I did.
So one of the more,
Unless there was a trash bag down there.
Yeah, you got trash bags from there.
Maybe there wasn't any in the garage, and I went down there and got one.
Do you normally carry a roll of trash bags in your truck?
No.
So there was a roll in your truck.
There was?
Yeah.
Maybe I just grabbed it and brought it with me then.
That would have been kept in the basement, maybe? Or
Basement or the garage.
the garage. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Graham?
one of the more kind of poignant or tender moments in all of this was seeing you with your dad when he came in. What was it like when you picked him up at the airport?
It was very strange. It was kind of like I almost knew this was probably the last time I'd ever see him on the outside. In my head, I knew that.
Yeah. What'd you guys talk about?
Honestly, like, he just wanted to talk about sports. He's always kind of like, distance himself from like a problem type thing. Like, when, like, if there was ever an issue or anything like that, he always wanted to talk about, like, just bring up, like, when I was trying to get him to quit smoking, like, all the time. Like, that's after, like, I graduated high school and whatnot, he would...
Are you talking about cigarettes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, he would always, like, just change the subject. Like, oh, you ever happened at the race? Football or something? I mean, he just never wanted to, like, he said, okay, yeah, I'll get to it. And he just, boom, something else. And, I just kind of felt like it was kind of like that, like, he asked, like, a few questions, like, do you know where they're at? Do you think, you know where they're at or anything like that? And I just, told him no. And then, like, just want to talk about sports and just, like, normal things. Just kind of, I I'm not sure if he maybe knew anything, maybe he kind of figured out something maybe happened and just wanted to talk to me as his son.
Is it possible if he saw that you were in a stressful situation and wanted to do what he always did?
Yeah.
Make things comfortable.
I think that was a good way to put it.
I bet you picked up a lot of that from him.
Yeah, because in stressful situations, like the gray hair didn't show it, but like I try not to be in stress. But it's like I worked on cars. There's a lot of stress because it's always it's on commission. You get paid what you do, not by showing up. So that darker was a little less stressful. I got paid just to be there. But,
Was your dad's marriage like yours and Shanann's marriage, as far as like your dad was the more passive one and your mom was the more dominant?
Always the more aggressive one.
Was she like Shanann in a way? I mean, were you attracted to Shanann because she was kind of like how your mom and dad's relationship was, or?
It was like, it almost mirrored like her mom and dad's relationship, honestly, because her dad's like my dad. They're both like kind of calm and cool, just like that.
I could see that,
And
yeah.
her mom is very,
Sandy rules that roost.
oh, yeah, very. And it's just like, I kind of related it to that. It's like, her mom always said like, she always told Shanann that she would marry somebody else kind of like her dad. And I felt like I was kind of like her dad. I wasn't like, I couldn't build a lot of things he could. Like, our personalities were kind of like, I was always, I think he really liked me the first time he met me because, like, I was helping Shanann with this. She had got this car from the dealership that she worked at, and she was driving around, and it felt like the wheels might fall off. And I pulled over where her dad was, and I got her bit jacked it up, and I was like, trying to fix everything. He said like any other guy she'd ever dated would have just like stood by and watched me do it. And so I think that's when she really like kind of like me.
Took to you.
Yeah, it's just like I was always wanting to help people, not to hurt anybody. So,
Well, and you helped her all through her lupus, and you're at the colonoscopy, and you're jacking up the car.
yeah, I did. Anytime she had an issue with like car at the 30 South Customs, like I would just go out to work and see what I could do with it. I would just do whatever I could to help.
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the reasons Frank and Sandy work so well is because Frank let Sandy be Sandy.
Yeah.
And they probably both saw in you that you let Shanann be Shanann.
Yeah, I just like I didn't try to change her.
Right.
Like I just let her be, who she is.
Yeah.
She's like, she's gung ho. She's she knows what she wants. She's gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And I didn't say, hey, you can't do that. And that's what her first husband did.
Yeah.
She controlled everything. He tried to be Sandy, and it didn't work. And she turned into almost like me. She was like, she just kind of like laid back and just kind of like let him do what he was doing. And I think she learned after that she could just be herself. And with me, she could definitely be herself.
Yeah.
So that's how it worked.
So do you think your dad had any inkling? Because I'm trying to remember the timing. He showed up when you were still walking around. You weren't in any trouble yet. Ronnie came in.
Yeah, I had met with you the night before, like 3 or 4 hours. And then I was at Nick and Amanda's house. And I was there, and that's when I went to go pick him up.
Okay. And when you picked him up, it was early that morning, right?
It was like 10:30, I think, when his flight came in.
Okay. And then so from there, you guys probably drove home and then to the police station.
Yep.
And the talks there were no type of confession from you. Okay.
No, it was like, he was just gonna wait. I told him, like, if you're hungry, there's like that barbecue joint down the street, and like, it's good. And just, he told me he never left.
He didn't. I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
He was faithful. He was.
Yes. I don't know how he lasted that long without food.
We ended up giving him food.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was great. And the reason I ask is because when I look back and watch the video, now knowing what I know after talking to you today, I can see how genuine he was. But I just didn't know if you guys had come up with some sort of plan. Okay.
No, we never talked about anything like that. If I had told him anything, he would have probably just told me, just tell him right away.
I think you're right.
He would have still loved me either way, but he would have told me, you need to tell him, like right now. Yeah. I didn't think I was going to be there for 14 or how long it was, like 10 hours, however long it was that day.
You were there a long time.
Yeah, but it was. You would have told me just to say, just to tell you. Yeah.
Did you know walking in there that you were going to tell us? Or did you think...
I didn't. I mean, I knew there was a reason you brought me back in. I know, well, for the.
What'd you think about the polygraph?
That was horrible.
Why did you say
I
that?
don't know how you do that.
Why did you say that?
Because Tammy's a torturer.
I am not.
No, like.
Tell me.
You answered. You asked me questions for like 3 or 4 hours beforehand, and then you do the polygraph, and it's like you just break down somebody's brain to where like.
Too much or
too
what?
much. Jello, and it's just like I know it's you guys have a job and you have a plan, and that's what you executed it.
She's thorough, right? There's just no way to get out of there without the truth.
No, I mean I kind of knew like because right when he asked me about like Saturday night, when I told you about the walking, I was like, man, she was like going through it. I was like,
Well, we did know, we found out about Nikki right before the polygraph.
I figured that out after with meeting with John and everybody that
Yeah.
she had met with somebody from the CBI. Like on the 14th or the 15th. I was just like they were talking. Oh, okay. So you already knew. But
I mean, I didn't know how extensive it was, but yes, we knew
yeah,
that.
I mean, walking in there that day, just walking into that room, I knew I wasn't walking out.
Yeah,
Just the feeling I had walking in that room.
yeah.
Just seeing all, I mean, I don't remember if the polygraph stuff was already in there. I think it was.
It was, yeah.
But it was, I knew it.
I just feel like sometimes when people, do the bad thing and they stay, like, some part of me thinks, well, I think they're here because they really want to tell us what happened. Because it's not normal that you want to keep all that in. Like, that just kills people on the inside. And I could tell it was killing you that day.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like that. 13th when I slept in that house, it did nothing. I don't think I slept maybe like 2 hours because I just finally just got so tired I just fell asleep. I had every light on. Nothing felt right.
What were you thinking about during your media interviews?
I didn't want to do it.
Why did you do it? Did you feel like you had to do it?
I felt like, they would have just kept knocking on my door until I answered it. And like I didn't even set it up, but Nicole Atkinson set it up. She told me, hey, Fox is
She's the one who set it up.
She said Fox is gonna be at your house at 10:30. Like, what? Like, okay. And I think I even called you about it, like, what do you recommend that I do? And he's like, it's kind of up to you. I'm like, okay. And I called one of her friends, what should I do? And she said I probably wouldn't do it, but I just felt like, I don't even want to know what. Like, I didn't even set it up there because Nicole Atkinson set it up. Some people said it. Hey, Fox, she said Fox is at your house at 10:30. Like, what?
It didn't look good. I mean, obviously we can't say, oh, we knew right then he was lying, but I think we all watched it together and went, this might be bad.
Yeah,
I had that feeling after I watched it. So I could kind of see it in your face.
It's like I was just lying to more and more people, and it was just like
Do you have internet access here?
no.
Say, just don't get into that trap that everybody's in. Just watch
What
all
trap?
that.
Oh.
The social media trap and all that.
No, they don't let you have social media here. Like, I think some of the GP guys are getting like these little like tablets or something that are like one side's like a older iPhone or something. But I mean, it's like email, but I'm not sure about like social media. No, definitely no social media, but like I'm not sure about internet or not. But this place is kind of like a dead zone pie for phones, anyways. I would think.
I don't know. We're getting service, which is weird.
Yeah.
I didn't think we would. Yeah, right in this room.
Maybe this is kind of like a hub of computers.
This is the spot.
Computer room, you would hope they had some.
Did you talk to Nikki afterwards? After all this happened?
On the 13th and the 14th.
What was that conversation like?
It was the 13th. It was kind of like, it was more text and then maybe a phone call, like a phone call. And then she thought maybe Shanann like took off with the kids, like just because I was telling her I didn't know where they were and all that. And then the 14th, I think she kind of thought something may have happened because they hadn't come back.
Why do you say that she might have thought that?
Her, she kept asking me like some weird questions. Like she kept asking like questions that only I would know, but she was testing to see if like it was actually me on the phone. Like
What do you mean?
Like she would ask like, like what's my dog's name, or like what do I like, what yoga studio do I go to, or something like that. And just like, like I just answer and then like another thing about I'm not sure if this is you. Just like okay.
Is this through text or is this through calls?
Text.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't hearing your voice. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible she thought you'd been arrested and we were on the phone?
Either Shanann had my phone or somebody else had my phone, or like maybe maybe she thought it was.
Well, hopefully Shanann would know all the answers to those questions, right?
No. This is Nikki asking me.
Yeah, but if she's asking you to name your dog and what yoga studio and like, wouldn't Shanann know that?
Maybe she thought, maybe I was with Shanann. That she was just trying to find out who she was. Yeah, like some of the conversations, like on the 14th, got a little weird. I think that's when she met with CBI or something, or FBI. I'm not sure who she met with first.
So she talked to you after she met with?
No.
Oh, she did.
Like she had told me like, this is the last time you'll probably hear from me. I'm going to stay at my friend Jim's place. All this is all going on. She said not to contact her until this is done. She told me to delete everything. I didn't delete everything. I just okay. I'm not sure why I didn't delete everything, but probably helped you guys out a little bit. But
She told you to delete everything?
delete all conversations.
Did she tell you why?
She just said delete it. Which I don't think you can ever delete a text message.
I'm pretty good at getting deleted text messages.
When your dad came in, one of the first things you guys talked about, he said, kind of quietly, I cheated on her, I cheated on Shanann or something. Your dad didn't know until that time?
No, when I was in North Carolina on August 6th, when I spent most of the day with my parents and my sister and everybody, they had, I told them like something like, this, I don't think this is gonna work. Like, with what happened with the nuts and everything, and they're not being able to see the kids, you're like, this is the first time they had talked to me, and pretty much.
Oh, because you went 3 weeks or something, right?
Yeah, because Shanann told me to call them while I was in at the beach just to smooth everything out, because she was like, all right, whatever's going on in your head, you need to fix this. But she didn't want the kids to see him. She didn't want to see him. And then, like, when I did see him when I was sick, it was after I went and saw my grandmother. She's in a nursing home. And she still wouldn't go see my parents or anybody with the kids. So I just told her to leave me there, and my dad would pick me up, and spend the whole day there. And they were, they said they want to see the kids. They just don't know if they could ever just forgive Shanann for everything that happened that day. I'm not sure everything that was said that day when they had that argument, but apparently it was like a knockdown, drag out, bomb that went off in there.
Pretty hurtful things.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. And they just don't know if they could ever forgive her or not. And I never told them about cheating on her. They even asked me if there's somebody else.
Oh, did they really? Yeah. So they could kind of sense maybe something's going on.
Yeah, because Nikki was texting me the entire time I was over there. It's they could kind of see I was texting somebody, but it was maybe they kind of knew. Even when I was in San Diego talking to my friend Mark, I told him about Nikki, but I didn't tell him I was gonna meet up with her.
Okay.
I told him that I was trying to I should have just told him right then. Maybe that would have helped me. I know maybe he had an instance where there was some girl coming after him, and she was engaged, and he ended up getting with her, and then they were together, and then she cheated on him.
Is this before he was married or during?
It was after.
Okay.
He could have helped me, but I just I never told him the whole thing. That it was a lot further along than I wanted it to be.
That's interesting to think about, right? Because your dad could give you some good advice.
Yeah, everybody. Oh, this is my friend Mark.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. When I was in San Diego.
Oh, I gotcha.
So you think you told Mark about that and hoping he maybe question you about it? Or?
Well, I was, because, you know, Mark, my best friend, you know, I grew up with him since I was like 8, 9 years old. So, like, he had been married before, and it didn't work out. I guess they were stationed together or something, like, over in Korea. And, I should have just kind of came out with, like, the whole story. Like, you know, like, I just told him there was this girl at work that, you know, I've been talking to, but, I'm just distancing myself from her, but that wasn't the case. I was just letting it, you know, exponentially get worse. If I had told him, like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
he would have been like, whoa, man, like, all right, take a step back and look, and, like, don't, like, fall into that trap, being you're going to be alone for 5 weeks. And there's times I wish, you know, like, maybe Shan didn't have to go away for 5 weeks. Maybe we all just went for 1 week. Nothing would have ever happened. It's only, 5 weeks alone, that's the only reason really that was almost even allowed to happen.
There are quite a few people who would tell us, and who do tell us, you need to look into Nikki more, Nikki Kissinger. All the way from the extreme end of things being Nikki's the one who ordered the hit.
She was there hiding in the basement.
She was there.
Yeah.
You know, so the extreme is she's the one who told Chris to do it. She's the real problem. All the way, that's the extreme side, and then all the way to, well, there were these texts where she was infatuated, she was in love, she was saying how good Chris was in the sack, and maybe we should look at her more. You know, what would you say to those people?
You know, she had her moments where I had to talk her, like, off a ledge kind of deal.
What does that mean?
It's like, I guess after the fact, there was, like, videos of her that she was, like, recording herself because she was, like, bipolar or something. I never knew that. But it's like, and she would get worked up about nothing. She would just, like, she came to my house once, because I think it was, like, July 4th, I didn't have to work that day. So I didn't, like, get up at, like, 4 o'clock and go home. And Shannon called me, like, 10 times in a row. And I didn't hear it because I was sleeping. I was just like, and she was pissed. Shannon was pissed. And, like, I called her on the outside, like, where are you at? Like, what, like, I was like, I didn't have to work today. It's like, you called me at, like, 5:30. It's like, well, kids want to talk to you at 7:30. I'm like, I was sleeping. She's like, she just like, screw you. Like, like, I don't know where you're at. And I went back inside, told me, I gotta go. And she was just like, okay, are you coming back? I'm like, probably not.
So wait a minute, you kind of lost me there. Were you at Nikki's place when Shanann called you?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you were sleeping in her bed.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to work that day because I didn't have to that day. It was the first holiday I ever had off. And, Shanann was pissed, and, kind of pissed Nikki off too that I left. But I think that's when I called Nikki later, and she was like, she kind of realized that, she'd always be like, the second, she said second fiddle. Sure. And because that's how I would come back that day. Just, I don't want to be anywhere else when Shanann calls. She was already pissed. So it was stuff like that where she would go, she said she would go on like websites and look at like, will a relationship work with somebody? Like, will a mistress work? Will a mistress turn into a relationship?
That's what Nikki was looking at?
Yeah.
She would tell you that, or
She told me that.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that she would go on websites and look at stuff like that. I was like, why do you even look at stuff like that? She's like, I just want to see what other people have experienced.
But like, so that confuses me though, because I thought earlier you were saying she thought you were heading toward a divorce. So why was she looking at herself as a mistress?
This was later on.
Oh.
Like, in August, like the first week of August, when I told her, like, I had that talk with her about separation. That's when, like, she started looking at, like, apartments and stuff. But, like, during our July relationship type thing there.
Oh, I see.
That's when she was looking up, like, will it actually work? And she told her friend Brittany about it, I guess. And Brittany told her not to do it, but she said she already made her decision.
Okay. And so, are those people absolutely wrong about Nikki? She wasn't asking you to get rid of your family?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. And of any of this was because she put it in your head or asked you to, or
She never. I mean, this whole relationship contributed to it,
sure.
but she didn't want me to.
I mean, was it ever like, I wish you didn't have kids. I want to have, kids of my own with you. Like,
She never knew if she wanted to have kids, but she said that, at one point she said, I'd like to give you a son.
did she know that Shanann was pregnant with a boy?
No.
Did she know Shanann was pregnant?
No.
And why is that? You just didn't tell her?
I didn't know. Because we had met.
But Shanann put that on Facebook. Like, how did she not see that?
I don't know. Maybe she didn't. She just waited for me to tell her, or she put it out of her head.
Can I ask you a question? A lot of people think you named Nico after Nikki. So what was that?
Nico was actually a name that Shanann liked.
Shanann thought of that one.
Yeah, I wanted to spell it like N-E-K-O. I thought it was like Nico that way. But she said N-I-C-O. And I thought it was like something like Nico or something.
Okay.
I guess Nico is more of like an Italian name.
Yeah.
So, and like she didn't leave for, my middle name, my dad's and all that. But like Nico is like, that's a name that she always liked.
Did she name all the kids? Did she name Bella and Celeste?
Yeah, Bella, because Italian means beautiful. Marie, mom's middle name. Celeste is her grandmother's name. Catherine's Shannon's middle name.
Did you have any input in their names?
I just liked them. I was like, if we had a third child, I was gonna, maybe we could have like Lee in the middle name, but I knew like the girls' names. It was, I love those names, so I was like, that's cool. Especially like with the, you have little nicknames for them, like Belle and Bella Bean and Cece, obviously. So it was good, but yeah, Nico was, okay.
Can we go back to the house on the 13th? So, at one point, right when you got back there, Coonrod was there, Officer Coonrod, and Nicole was there. And then you went in the house and you were for about a minute or so before you let everybody in. Remember what you were doing in there at that time?
So I went in through the garage,
Right.
and then I ran around and I opened the front door.
Yeah.
Opened the front door did everybody come in through the garage or the front door?
Everybody comes through the front door.
Yeah, so I came in, I went in through there, I came in, opened the front door, and I ran upstairs. I just was like I was looking around.
Okay. That's after everybody? Did you go around the house at all before you opened the front door?
No, I didn't run around the house. I stayed down on the bottom
Okay.
floor, and then when I opened the door.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious.
And I ran upstairs and everybody else. And that's when Nicole's son was on the phone, and I was going acting like it was a good house.
Yeah.
Shanann had her bra on. Was that normal that she would sleep in her bra?
Every once in a while. I mean, she just got home from the plane, so she didn't even take off her makeup or anything. Maybe she was just that tired. But normally, no.
Did it not come off when you guys had sex?
I don't think so. Sometimes she just, just keeps her shirt on and she doesn't want me to do anything. Just like, she wants what she wants.
Oh, gosh. Right, okay. So somebody just tried ringing me. That's typical, isn't it? I wanted to stop anyway because there are a few things there that he is just, sorry about that, Jules. Somebody's trying to ring me. How annoying. Okay, I did want to talk to you anyway though, because it's lies. What he just lied about then, and actually the interviewer said, that's curious. He said that he went straight around and opened the front door. But we all know that's not true, don't we? Because he took ages. I think somebody said it was a good couple of minutes before he got to the front door, which is I think why the interviewers, the investigator said, actually that's quite curious because he said he didn't go upstairs, he just went straight around and opened the door, but we know that's not true. Nearly 2 minutes. Yes, exactly, Solange. It doesn't take that long to get from the garage door to the front door. He says so. He's lying about that. That's a lie. There are a few things actually that he definitely is not telling the truth about. So as I said yesterday, if he's not telling the truth about those, then how do we know what to believe? It's ridiculous. But I'm sorry for scaring everybody. That was my phone. Somebody's trying to ring me. How frustrating. Right, let me just see if I can carry on. One sec. Oh.
And when her final resting place, was that just naturally what she was wearing? You didn't change her or anything like that? Okay.
Did you have to see any of that stuff? Pictures or anything? No.
I asked not to.
Okay.
They said I could. I was like, no, I don't want. I've prayed for those hazmat workers that I'm sure it was hazmat, right? That had they were part of it. Yeah. And like,
We were all there.
we were all there. I'm sorry. I never wanted to see it. I just prayed for that. I'd rather have to be there. So I never wanted to know what the aftermath was. They said like if this ever got like a preliminary hearing that I would have to see them just to be prepared and not have a reaction, an initial reaction. But I was like, I don't want to see them.
Do you feel like your lawyers were fair to you? Yeah.
Yeah, they were my only human contact, really.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like almost like a guidance counselor, almost.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were driving the bus though, with your decisions you made, or
I
not?
was like, there's a lot of things I didn't really know what was going on behind the scenes. Like
Sure.
maybe there was a lot of things they never told me, like like stuff that came out like afterwards, like the whole Nikki Kessinger article and Devin Post and all that kind of stuff. They told me like afterwards and everything, but it was. I always felt like anything I was telling them, they were gonna do. Like the whole taking the plea deal and everything. I told them that's what I wanted to do, and they asked me like, seems like 100 times, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? Like once you sign this, like, I guess like up until sentencing, I had the time to like back out, but like they always, even before we walked in the court, like, are you sure? So yeah, this is it. Like, okay. They never told me this is what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
They always just said, this is your decision, like, if you want to take this farther, and John said he had all kinds of motions written and all kinds of stuff that were, like, really creative, and because he'd never been in something like this before, and he was ready to fight, and I was just like, I didn't want you to have to do that. Not for me, not for something that the story isn't true.
Yeah.
Because it would just only gotten worse.
Right.
For everybody. For all three of you, for everybody that was involved in it.
Are you still glad you did?
Yeah, I never thought I'd be in prison the rest of my life, but like I don't want people to have to keep going through this every day of their lives, knowing that, there's a trial hanging over their head, or if it never even got that far, I don't know. But like I didn't want people to have to relive it every day. Yeah. Did they have to ever see the pictures?
Like, say that again?
Did they have to ever see the pictures? Frank and Sandy and all them? No. Well, they've never seen them.
They saw some things.
They didn't see anything of that.
Okay.
Yeah, we shielded that from them. That's what, like, I just didn't want them to have to see anything or hear anybody talk about anything or any part of it. Or like, anybody bashed their daughter, like anybody to ruin, like, to hear what, some of my friends had a negative, impact on her, from her, or like had a description of her that didn't match, something like that. I didn't want them to hear that either, but like, I didn't want them, like, anybody have to trash her memory. Like I wanted like them to know like she was, she's a loving wife, she's beautiful, she always helped everybody else, all her friends, her Lucas friends, everybody. I
I didn't want anybody to take away from what she did.
We tried to get you to say that night. I know, but do you remember that?
I remember. I was just like,
I know you obviously weren't ready to say that
I
then.
didn't. I know. It's like, like after my dad left, we both came in like, all right, we got most of the story. Let's get to the true story. I was like, I just wanted to bang my head against the table.
But in the end, I think he did the right thing. And even though it's hard to hear, there's a lot of people who thank you for what you did. I think your whole life has been thinking of others, except for one brief moment. I think you really did think of others when you made that choice. So I personally thank you, right? Because it would have been hard for the three of us to go through about this hard and for everyone else about that hard, right?
Because anybody that was family or friends, right? Then, just exponentially harder for everybody.
Yeah.
So you haven't told your parents what happened? You just told them I'm pleading guilty for a reason?
Yeah, I've told them, like, on the phone, even, because they're still...
You should fight it. You should get...
They've got letters from, like, Australia, from England, of, like, the 35C in Colorado and stuff, like, improper counsel or something
Ineffective
like that.
counsel.
Ineffective counsel. And, some of the stuff they've, they said about, the dry patch, how it's not, like, FDA approved, how it can alter somebody's mind, something. There was some kind of condition, but there's something else they call, like, CPSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, something like that. Have been, like, some people from England have had it. It's like they've been in an emotionally abusive relationship and stuff like that. Just like, some of those subjects they put in there, like, yeah, I can relate to it, but like it doesn't make up for the fact what happened. But like they've got a lot of support they've got a lot of hate mail, a lot of phone calls, a lot of like stuff like that. I wish they never happened. But they get some support, which is good. But on the phone, they still think there's a chance that I could get out.
Yeah. You don't want to ever think your kid's going away forever. Like, you don't want to fathom that.
They tell me to fight it, like, they don't fight every day, but on their bad days, they'll get a bad message or a bad letter, and then they'll just come revert back.
Is that more your mom or your dad?
My mom, she loses it a lot.
Yeah.
On the phone, my dad's usually trying to, like, hey, don't talk about this stuff on the phone with him. Because it's just gonna rile you up, and it's gonna make him go back to his cell, and he's gonna just kind of think about that all night.
Right.
And that's what happens a lot.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to know what you're telling us today?
I'd rather just tell them myself.
Yeah.
Except they're coming. I think they're gonna try to make a visit in like May or so.
So do they still think that Shanann killed Chris?
They still believe that, even though I told them I pled guilty for a reason, but they think that I was, their words, like, railroaded by the legal team. Because they felt like they pressured me to do it.
Do you feel like that? No.
They asked me plenty of times. This is like, they wanted to fight. Like, if I said fight, they would have just,
put on their gloves.
Yeah. Just went in there and did it. I was like, no, I can't have you do that.
So, Chris, you care about others deeply. I can tell. You worry about others. And I've asked you, a bunch of times today, but you're not just telling us that you did it because you feel bad for Shanann's memory. You did it. Okay.
I have to say, like, after this was all over, people would bring up, like, oh my gosh, I bet you're going to find out that Chris, used to torture animals and, all this stuff. You can imagine, like, hearing that someone's capable of that, what have they done in their past, those kinds of things. Can you think back to your past at all, like your childhood, and think about any other moments that maybe you felt this same rage? Obviously didn't do anything like that, but maybe felt that rage and, like, what would have triggered that or anything like that?
Not really. I was always, like, somebody that tried to coax people down, not to, like, if somebody wanted to fight somebody else. I got in a fight, like, when I was in third grade, but it was like, we rip each other's shirt, what am I crying? You know, it was like stupid. I was just like, why did I do that? And like maybe that was like my only like bad thing I did in school. So I can't think.
Did you feel it on the inside, whether you didn't act it out? Like, did you feel like if someone bullied you at school or if someone whatever, like, would it still be inside you? Like, did you feel like that even though you didn't actually act on it?
Because I was always, you know, I never really talked to many people, so I never. I mean, people knew who I was, but they didn't really. I mean, I never really spoke to many people. That's why I never had a girlfriend in high school. I mean, I was always kind of like just under the radar.
Did you feel like you had low self-esteem?
I won't say low self-esteem. It was just like I didn't want to be part of like a group or a clique. I just like, you know, I had a couple friends. I sat at the lunch table with them, and or sat out. They call it like the fish pond area. And, you know, just chilled out there. I didn't really want a whole lot of friends. It's kind of like just close knit. I just wasn't out there. I mean, like I said, people knew who I was, but it wasn't a matter of like I was popular or anything.
Can you attribute that to anything in your childhood? Why you were like
my
that?
sister was always the popular one. She was more like my mom, like more like outgoing, and like me and my grandma would always sit outside the middle school waiting for her to come out and pick her up, and she'd always be the last one out. She'd talk to everybody in the hallway. And my grandma would always like, "Where is she at? Does she know we're waiting?" But you know, I was just the opposite of her. And I was like, sometimes you have kids that are like the same, and some of you have opposite. Me and my sister were completely opposite. Maybe I just drew on that I didn't want to be the popular one. I wanted to be just, you know, just a regular guy. So there was not really like bullying or not like I remember. Nobody ever really came up to me or wanted to fight me or.
Never got made fun of. Never.
I mean, I had braces and I had like a bowl cut for a while. I guess it could have made me fun.
I think most kids did.
80s and 90s were cool.
Jim Carrey cut with a bowl on your head. Just around. But yeah, I don't think there was anything that would be pent up inside me
From childhood. I know you talked about your dad having an addiction when I was talking to you.
That was after I left. I left home.
Was it cocaine or something? Or
it was some type of powder. I'm not sure. I guess it was cocaine. I guess
how do you think that affected you?
I don't think it affected me. Well, it did affect me, but it didn't like take like deep down. It didn't like really hurt as much as I thought it would. It was kind of weird because when my mom and my sister told me, like when they talked to him about it, didn't seem to register. Like I said, like he would just change subject. And like when I talked about it, he immediately changed the subject. I was like, because they found like, you know, cuts on his like CDs and stuff where he was like, you know, like separated and stuff like that. Because he at a car dealership, I mean, find guys that do that kind of stuff all the time, I guess. But he was just coping with like, I never came back home. And because before I met Shanann, and it was just.
Did you feel guilty that he's not using drugs because he never came back home, like he lost his kid?
No, I never.
Sorry, guys. One sec.
Really knew why he was doing it. And after the fact, I knew it was because he was coping with that. But I never knew why he really actually turned to drugs. But I thought he was having an affair because all this money was going somewhere else just for the drugs. But like I'm not myself. I never used drugs. So I always try to tell him like, hey, like what's going on? Like why do you need to use this? And just like you could using this for a whole lot better things. You know, just don't throw your life away. I mean, like, because you can see in his face, like, you know, it's like eyes or like everything was getting like, you know, like the drugs through your face and like your skin was getting all loose and like he was losing a lot of weight. His nose was bleeding all the time and all kinds of stuff like that. And I was just like, hey, you know, you smoke like every day of your life since you're like 15 or 16. You're like, you know, I can't get you to stop that, but I can get you to stop this.
Right.
And he put it away, I guess, pretty quick after I talked to him about it.
You think you were closer to your dad than your mom? Yeah.
Yeah, we always went to races together, and this, you know, he always came to my sports, played a couple school sports, right ball, all that kind of stuff, you know. My mom would come too sometimes, but my dad was always there. Even if I wasn't playing, he'd just come there just in case I can't win in there.
Aww.
So that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I wondered if they hadn't visited because they weren't ready to visit, or if it was a money thing, or like.
Has the sound gone? Somebody's just put that the sound has gone. Can you still hear? Hello? Can you hear me? I've just noticed someone put the sound has gone. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay.
Give the time off. Yeah, you. Like,
Visit here?
Yeah, visit here.
Well, I just told him, like, well, we can't go out in the snow. So it's,
These roads are bad.
Yeah, it's, I think it's like an hour from either Madison Airport, whichever way it is. I told him, like, wait till springtime.
Good advice.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal.
It was yesterday.
They sold my toolbox to get some money to come out here. So, yeah, so they'll come out here, and, like, they said April, but I was like, no, just maybe push it till June. They said they tend to have a blizzard out here in April sometimes too. Like the late spring blizzard, So lake effect stuff is crazy.
Yeah. And how are you doing mentally?
I mean, the first time when I first came, I didn't know I was coming here. Honestly, I mean, when I was at DRDC, like,
swooped you up, didn't they?
I was there a week. Like, the first day I got there, they put me through the ringer. Like, I had like 11 tests to do, like mental tests, like reading, math, all kinds of stuff. That's to see where my IQ was, and then I just sat there the rest of the week. And then Sunday came along, and after dinner, they said, "All right, strip down and put this on." I'm like, okay. And then walked outside and put me in the van. I'm just like, good. I had no idea what was going on. And then we stopped in Sterling, which really freaked me out. I was just like, I don't want to do this, because I heard so many horror stories about that place. And they just stopped using the bathroom, and then they kept going.
In the prison? Do they use the bathroom at the prison?
Yeah, it was like at the watchtower outside.
Oh.
And we went to Nebraska sheriff's office there, and then another sheriff's office in Iowa. Use the bathroom, eat breakfast, and then got here. I asked him, I only talked to him once. I'm like, can you tell me, like, where we're going? Like, just to Destination State? He's like, I don't know. So it was like one of those, like, transport vans, like, it was like at just the middle where I was sitting there, and I could see out the window, and I could see, like, they would put in an address each time. Like, they had, like, 4 sets of addresses to each one they had to go to. And they just would never tell me where we were going to end up.
What did they say your IQ was?
I was like 140, 135 or something like that.
Is that high? I don't even know what.
That's good. That's above average.
Yeah, it was tipping back to high school for real. I'm like,
main parts of the city on all that stuff.
yeah, there was a lot of word problems, a lot of like geometry, a lot of like patterns. Like if this was moved this way, and then there was like a series of them. Like, all right, what's this one right there? Just a lot of stuff like that. But like the further you got along, the harder it got. It was just like, it's like great. It was like they give you this little take that pen and take the little tube out in the middle. That's where you're using to fill in your little Scantron sheets and everything. I felt like it was high school again.
Do you know how long you're going to be here? Neither do I, by the way. And do you know, are you going to get a job?
If since I'm staying here, or since I've got staffed here, they have to work.
Oh, so what's your job now?
I don't have one yet.
Okay.
They haven't moved me out of the acceptance and evaluation, assessment and evaluation
Are you
process.
still in that phase? Okay, and how long will that take?
Well, right now, like, since I've been staffed here, I'm just waiting for them to move me over to a different unit.
And are you in Gen Pop right now?
No, I'm in a unit. There's like 11 or 12 of us on there. There was like 22 when I first got there, but they've been transferred to the other prisons around.
And what are the other guys like?
They're fine. Like the first time, like I sat out and ate like a breakfast or lunch with them, I was scared.
Scared.
I was just like, this hasn't happened. Like nonsense. This never happened.
Yeah.
Like literally, like I said, they locked the hallways down when I got moved to Colorado.
Well, I heard that.
So it was like, being next, like right like this, eating next to somebody, I was just like, so you're gonna like take a sport and try to stab me or something, or what? But it's totally different here. I mean, people know who I am, but like they don't like, run at me or jump at me or like. Apparently, the guys that work here, they know that I guess other maxes are like you lock down like 23, 22 hours a day.
Oh, so then this isn't a hard place to be.
For like other max guys. They said it's the best max for the worst medium.
Oh.
Because if you're max, you're working, so you're out at your cell working, like if you're a clerk or if you're in the kitchen or if you're in the rec area, you're doing something.
Okay.
But yeah, they said like if you get stabbed here, it'll be best for you. Plus, they said it's not as like rowdy as some of the other places.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty intense.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I'm going to the GP area. I just don't know when.
And you think it'll be while you're here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they said like I guess it could take it takes a while to get moved from max to medium because in Colorado I was classified as minimum restrictive, but with the charges it would have been medium. But here it's automatically max.
And what are the other guys in for? Do you know?
They said most guys in here are for like gang snitches and sex offenders and mainly people that have 20 years or more.
So people who were in for a long time and who would otherwise have a pretty hard time at a jail.
Yeah.
For whatever they did, whether it be snitching or
yeah, like
children or
or there's some people from other states here as well, and I guess there's a couple cops here too.
okay.
Just things have happened, and they just don't think it'd be better. It'd be a lot better if they're here and not at another prison.
Yeah. So what kind of jobs are available?
Well, it's like they'll probably have me in the kitchen, or like that's where everybody starts out, like either washing dishes or like putting foods on the trays or helping pots and pans, something like that. But they have like libraries that have like
Do you know what, guys? I'm starting to really get fed up of hearing Chris Watts talk about himself and his life and what his life is going to be like. I'm finding it really hard to listen to that because obviously his family don't have anything, and he's now talking about himself and how he's going to get a job and what his life's going to be like and how he'll be working in the kitchens, and I'm finding it very hard to listen to him talking about himself. So I'm going to switch it off right there because I'm not concerned about how good or how bad his life is in prison at all. And I don't actually think we learn a huge amount from this. There are things I have real concerns about. Like I said, the one was where he said that he literally went right the way around to the front door. I have real concerns with that, as did the investigators. It did not take him 2 minutes to get from the garage to the front door. That did not happen. Also, he also said that NK had told him to delete texts. Now, the investigators didn't appear to know about that, which was interesting. Also, what I found very strange was how Nicole was trying to make sure it was him before she talked to him. Do you think he accidentally said that? Do you think that was a bit of a slip? Because they tried asking him about that and he didn't really know what to say, did he? That was odd to me, that she would have to make sure she was talking to him, and it's all very, very weird. I'm going to have to, I think, go back and listen to that bit again, because that did not sit right with me at all. That was odd. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another break. I think we've heard enough about Chris. I don't know. I'll have to check and see. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've listened to it with you. First and foremost, I haven't, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to have to listen to the rest. I can't see that there's going to be anything now but Chris talking about himself, and I really don't want to hear that. I'm not interested in Chris and how his life's going to be in prison now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another break. I would love it if you would come back and discuss with me. I don't know what the time is now. Let me have a quick look. 1 second. It's coming up. It's 10 to 7 here in the evening. Don't know where it is there, but I'm going to have a break and then I'm going to come back on. So if you can give me half an hour, I will sort myself out, get my thoughts together, get my head together, and we can have a proper chat about everything that we've heard so far, and maybe listen to the rest. I'm going to have a quick listen and see if there is actually anything of any interest apart from him. Do you know what I mean? Whether there's anything else that that is worth listening to, really. So everybody, thank you so much for doing this with me. There is more, Lisa. Is there, Jules? I'm going to have a break, sweetie. I have to, because it's emotionally draining, isn't it? Does anyone know how long is left of this? Because I've stopped it in between, haven't I? So does anyone know how much longer we have left of this recording? Does anyone know how much is left? Does anyone know? I will be back. I will be back. I just have to go. It's exhausting, yeah. Others have 3 parts. Okie doke. No, do you know what? Oh, it's about another hour. Right, quite a bit, yeah. So oh, I just need a break. I think we all need a break, don't we? I think we need to. And I'm not going to have. I've got my scarf. I'm wearing a black top with my purple scarf that I'm going to put on, which I put over the lens. And people were asking me why I did that, and I did it because I felt it was not appropriate for me to be sat there and you looking at. It's not appropriate. You needed to concentrate on what was going on. I didn't know how I was going to react to it, and I didn't think it was appropriate for me to be sat here with you all looking at me when it's not about me, it's not about any of that, it's all about the Shanann and the babies. So yeah, I'm going to be back with Tango and my purple scarf, and I will speak to you all, and thank you so much for watching it with me. I didn't want to do it on my own. As I said, I'm a bit cowardly in that way, so thank you. And if you all pop back and see me, I'll be back in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that, just to sort myself out. But thank you so much for joining me. You have no idea how much I appreciate it, and I will see you in a bit. I love you all so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for being my friends. Thank you, and I'll see you later. Lots of love to you all.